Welcome to the Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center. In 2004, a national level institute AMGITA has been started in the field of engineering and technology as per guidelines of All India Council for Technical Education AICTE New Delhi. AMGITA is approved by AICTE New Delhi, Gujarat State and affiliated to Gujarat Technological University Ahmedabad, which is also known as GTU. Our goal is to be an institute of generative ideas so that we remain relevant to our society. The AMGITA has always been an organization on move with continuous effort on improving its processes and to maintain its relevance to the Indian science scenario, with adding new programs in its programmatic portfolio. We strongly believe in overall development of students, so for that we provide them a different platform like state level tech fest, project fair, different sports activity, which helps students to teach teamwork and problem solving skills to get physical health benefits, boost self esteem, and reduce pressure and stress for prove their skills in distinct area. So, welcome to the lecture of Power System Operation and Control. Myself, Professor Gaurang C. Patel from Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. So, student, today we are going to discuss regarding the reactive power and voltage control. That is your chapter number 3. Okay, and in this lecture we are going to cover these topics. So, these are the topics that we are going to cover. First topic we will see, that is the reactive power requirement of uncompensated line. We will discuss about the reactive power requirement of uncompensated line, and then we will discuss about the implication of surge impedance loading. Okay, so in today's lecture session we will start with the implication of surge impedance loading. In previous lecture session, we were seeing that some of the things like this is the question that we were discussed in previous lecture session. I hope you remember that reactive power requirement of an uncompensated line. So please remember from this question, this equation will be come into the picture. That is E is equal to V into cos gamma into L minus IR Z0 sin H gamma into L. Okay, so this equation we are going to be used in this question. Okay, so we will start today's session, that is implication of surge impedance loading. Okay, now first of all, what is the surge impedance loading? Okay, so students, surge impedance loading, that means that impedance that is present at any point of that particular transmission line. Okay, and the surge impedance is the apparent impedance on a long line at any point along the line, and it is given Z is equal to Vx by Ix. That is nothing but the V by I, voltage divided by current. Okay, so just a moment. So Z is equal to Vx by Ix, that is given in this line. Just a moment, student, I will just get back to you in 1 minute. Okay, so what is the implication of surge impedance loading? So first of all we will see what is the surge impedance loading. Okay, so surge impedance loading એટલે કેવું કે ભાઈ આપણે જે ટ્રાન્સમિશન લાઇન છે તેના દરેક પોઈન્ટ્સ ઉપર તમને ઇક્વલ વોલ્ટેજ મળી રહેવો જોઈએ. Okay, that is known as the surge impedance loading. For example, one transmission line we are considering from 0 to પર્ટિક્યુલર 10 કિલોમીટર્સ લાંબી ટ્રાન્સમિશન લાઇન છે, તો હું 2 કિલોમીટર્સ પર મેઝર કરું, 4 કિલોમીટર્સમાં મેઝર કરું, 5 કિલોમીટર્સ પર મેઝર કરું, તો તે બધી જગ્યાએ મને સર્જ ઇમ્પિડન્સ લોડિંગ સેમ મળવું જોઈએ. ઓકે, એવું આપણે અઝ્યુમ કરીએ છીએ. ઓકે ના, એન્ડ વાય ઇટ ઇઝ હેપન લાઈક ધેટ, because when you consider when you transfer the power, the same power whatever you enter at the sending end, same power you will receiving at the receiving end, that we are going to be assuming that. Okay, now if we assume such kind of situation, that means અને એ પોસિબલ કઈ રીતે છે કે ભાઈ આપણી ટ્રાન્સમિશન લાઇનમાં કેવું બધા ડિસ્ટ્રીબ્યુટિવ પેરામીટર છે, ઇન્ડક્ટર, કેપેસિટર, તો એની ઇન્ડક્ટિવ અને કેપેસિટિવ ઇફેક્ટને લીધે આપણો જેટલો બી એકચ્યુઅલી તો લોસ થવો જોઈએ, ઓકે, બટ વી આર કન્સિડરિંગ દેર ઇઝ નો લોસ, એન્ડ with considering no losses, we are considering that each and wherever we are measuring the voltage, that will remain same at all the line. So what statement it is there? The surge impedance is the apparent impedance on a long line at any point along the line, that is Z is equal to V by Ix. We will just try to understand with this figure as well. Okay, so this is what we discuss about, that is the surge impedance loading. Suppose this is your transmission line. Okay, now this is your transmission line, this is your sending end voltage, this is your sending end voltage, and this is your receiving end voltage. So what is the condition for surge impedance loading? Your Vs, that is equal to Vr. So Vs is equal to Vr. This condition if you get or achieved, that is known as surge impedance loading. Okay, so some of the statement that what I derive from this theory, that is, in surge impedance loading, sending end voltage is equal to receiving end voltage. That what I try to explain to you. Okay, કે ભાઈ તમારો sending end voltage તમારો જેટલો બી છે તેટલો જ તમારો receiving end voltage પણ હોવો જોઈએ. ओके, सो इन दिस केस ये कैसे पॉसिबल होगा कि भाई जितना हम सेंड कर रहे हैं वोल्टेज उतना ही वोल्टेज हम कैसे रिसीव कर पाएंगे? बट सो फॉर दैट देर इज नो लॉस इन केस ऑफ सर्ज इम्पीडेंस लोडिंग. अगर लॉस नहीं है तो ही हमारा सेंडिंग एंड वोल्टेज जितना हम भेज रहे हैं 400, फॉर एग्जांपल 500 मेगावाट हम इधर से सेंड कर रहे हैं और 500 मेगावाट हम रिसीविंग एंड पे रिसीव कर रहे हैं, तो इसका मीनिंग क्या हुआ कि कोई भी बीच में लॉसेस नहीं हो रहा है. तो ये कंडीशन हमने अज्यूम की है, देयर इज नो लॉस इन केस ऑफ सर्ज इम्पीडेंस लोडिंग. ओके, नाउ इन केस ऑफ सर्ज इम्पीडेंस लोडिंग our power factor is leading, that is but obvious thing. आपका कोई लॉस नहीं हो रहा है, उस कंडीशन में क्या होगा, आपका पावर फैक्टर लीडिंग होगा, क्योंकि अगर पावर फैक्टर आपका पुअर है, पावर फैक्टर आपका लेगिंग है, दैट मीन्स देर आर लॉसेस इन द ट्रांसमिशन लाइन happens. Okay, and so for that you can say that your power factor is leading in this case. Okay, now further if you can see why this thing is happen, or how, why our receiving end voltage is equal to sending end voltage, because we already discussed that, that is we are having the distributive parameters such R, L, C, those components are remain present in the transmission line. ठीक है, तो आर एल सी का नेचर क्या है कि भाई ये एल जो है, सी जो है, दैट इज द, वो क्या करते हैं, एनर्जी को स्टोर करते हैं. ओके, और वही फिर रिफर करते हैं ट्रांसमिशन लाइन में. ओके, नाउ और सर्ज इम्पीडेंस लोडिंग क्या है, वो इट इज ओनली कंसिडरिंग अबव द 250 किलोमीटर लेंथ ऑफ लाइन. 250 किलोमीटर की जो ट्रांसमिशन लाइन की लेंथ है उससे ज़्यादा की लेंथ के लिए वो कंसिडर की जाती है. ओके, सर्ज इम्पीडेंस लोडिंग उसमें कंसिडर होता है. ओके, नाउ वी नो कैपेसिटर एंड इंडक्टर्स आर एनर्जी स्टोरेज डिवाइस, and in our transmission line there are number of inductor and capacitors are distributed. That what I try to show to you in this figure कि भाई capacitor and inductor, that is the energy storage device, and this is all present in the transmission line. Okay, now in this case we will get two reactive power. ओके, कौन से दो रिएक्टिव पावर हमें मिलेंगे, वन दैट इज फ्रॉम कैपेसिटर एंड सेकंड दैट इज फ्रॉम इंडक्टर. ओके, टू रिएक्टिव पावर्स हमें मिलेंगे, एक कैपेसिटर से और एक इंडक्टर से. नाउ व्हाट इज दैट, कैपेसिटर स्टोर एनर्जी एंड प्रिफर टू इंडक्टर. सो इन दिस केस आवर सेंडिंग एंड वोल्टेज convert into the receiving end voltage. So whatever energy store the capacitor, it will refer to the inductor. That means if there is a losses occur, that will compensated by that storage energy by the capacitor, ऐसा हम कह सकते हैं. Okay, now this session, this particular parameter, I will come to this equation towards later. First of all we will just because ये जो है थियरी में पीछे से आएगा, तो आई विल गेट इट टू यू on this equation. So where we are I think over here. यस. सो इन दैट केस इतना तो आपको पता चल जाएगा गया है कि भाई सर्ज इम्पीडेंस लोडिंग है क्या. ओके, व्हाट इज सर्ज इम्पीडेंस लोडिंग? इन दैट केस सेंडिंग एंड वोल्टेज इज इक्वल टू द रिसीविंग एंड वोल्टेज, एंड व्हाई इट इज हैपन ड्यू टू द प्रेजेंस ऑफ कैपेसिटिव reactance and inductive reactance, reactive power in the transmission line. So now we will go further. For a lossless line, the equation of voltage and current at any point say x can be given as. अब हमें एक वोल्टेज के लिए एक और एक करंट के लिए एक इक्वेशन डिफाइन किया है यहाँ पे, और क्या अज्यूम किया है कि भाई ये लाइन क्या है, लॉसलेस लाइन. ओके, नाउ फॉर द वोल्टेज, now there are two terms that we know in sinusoidal term. One is real term and one is imaginary. So real term that is associated with this VR cos beta into L minus x plus jz0 IR into sin beta x. So what is this, students? V, that is considering we are over here, that is the receiving end voltage. Okay, there are two voltages that we says. E we are considering as a sending end, and V that is our receiving end voltage, or you can consider it is a terminal voltage. तो फिर यहाँ पे हमें स्टूडेंट्स V कितना मिल रहा है कि भाई V इतना मिल रहा है हमें जितना हम रिसीविंग एंड पे वोल्टेज रिसीव कर रहे हैं इनटू द line length of the transmission line into that parameter beta, and ये x पॉइंट पे हमें इतना वोल्टेज मिल रहा है. ओके, प्लस कितना Z0 इंटू आई आर साइन इंटू बीटा एक्स. दैट मीन्स ये Z0 IR क्या है, दैट इज नथिंग बट द ड्रॉप अकर्ड इन द ट्रांसमिशन लाइन. दैट मीन्स जितना वोल्टेज हम रिसीव कर रहे हैं प्लस जितना उसमें अगर जितना लॉस है वो ऐड कर रहे हैं उतना वोल्टेज हमें यहाँ पे मिल रहा है. तो वोल्टेज के लिए इक्वेशन हमने फॉर्म किया, दैट इज वी आर कॉस बीटा इंटू एल माइनस एक्स प्लस जे इंटू Z0 आई आर साइन आर इंटू साइन बीटा x. Okay, now this is the equation for the voltage, and now this is the equation for the current. Okay, so current is equal to J into VR by Z0 into sin beta into L minus x plus IR into cos beta into L minus x. Okay, so current का equation हमने यहाँ पे derive किया है, that is but obvious V by R, I is equal to V by R यहाँ पे लिया है, और ये sin beta L minus x and IR cos beta L minus x, that is the receiving end current. तो current हमें receiving end पे at the x point इतना मिल रहा है. Okay, and we already have the equation, that is Z is equal to Vx by Ix. Okay, so Z is equal to Vx by Ix, that means this equation we are putting over here, Zx is equal to Vx by Ix. Okay, so particular this value for the Vx, that what we get, that is Vr cos beta L minus x, these terms we just put over here, यहाँ पे हमने रख दिया है, और सिंपली जो करंट का जो टर्म है वो यहाँ पे डिनोमिनेटर में रख दिया है. ओके, सो नाउ आफ्टर just equating this equation, what we will get at upper side, this it is remain V cos beta L minus x plus ये Z0 IR हम यहाँ पे लॉसलेस ट्रांसमिशन लाइन है इसलिए इसे लॉसलेस ट्रांसमिशन लाइन को हम यहाँ पे Z0 IR हम यहाँ से निकाल सकते हैं यहाँ से. सो और you can say J sin beta L minus x. Okay, in place of this we can write down J sin beta L minus x, और यहाँ पे जो VR divided by Z0 है, so that Z0 will come over here and V into cos beta L minus x plus J sin beta L minus x. So इस इक्वेशन को अगर आप रिड्यूस करेंगे, थोड़ा आप प्रैक्टिस करके देख लेना, so that you will be get the result, that is such kind of equation will going to be formed. Now this Z0 comes over here, so these terms, these and these terms will becomes cancelled out, and that is becomes 1. So only remaining term is what, that is Z0 is remaining. So over here what we will get, Zx is equal to Z0. Now what is Z0? That is your natural impedance at any point of x. So this Zx is equal to Z0 we will get over here. Okay, now another statement that is given, hence surge impedance of line does not depend on the length of the line. Okay, so what it will be says, surge impedance of line does not depend on the length of the line, and the impedance Z0 is called is surge impedance or natural impedance of an ideal line. Okay, so this is Z0 is the natural impedance of the ideal line, and for Z0 what we are considering, Z0 is equal to root of Z by Y is equal to root of L by C. Now these term we will just discuss in detail how this Z0 is equal to root of Z by Y and how it becomes the root of L by C, that it will be there. So I will just explain you with this derivation. Okay, just a moment. hmm. अब हम यहाँ कहाँ पे आ गए हैं कि भाई हमारा जो हमारे पास टू इफेक्ट्स है यहाँ पे इन ट्रांसमिशन लाइन, वन इज द कैपेसिटिव इफेक्ट्स एंड वन इज द इंडक्टिव effect. So due to the capacitive effect we will get the capacitive reactive power, and due to the inductive effect we will get the inductive reactive power. Okay, so for the capacitive current we can write down V square divided by Xc. Okay, for capacitive current what we can write down, that is V square divided by Xc, and for inductive we can write down I square XL. So these two terms how it will become, you can see V square by X is equal to I square XL. Now further what we are doing, हमने क्या किया है कि ये जो I square है उसको इस साइड लेके आए हैं और XC को उधर लेके गए हैं. So V square by I square is equal to XL into XC. Now once again we have the terms regarding the inductive reactance and inductive capacitance. So what is inductive reactance? We can write down in place of inductive reactance how inductive reactance will be formed, that is omega into L. Okay, and how Xc can be represent, that is equal to 1 upon omega L. So in place of XL into Xc we can write down these two things in that case. So if you write down in place of XL into XC, this is omega L into 1 upon omega L. So omega is going to be cancelled out, and you will get V square divided by I square is equal to L upon C. Okay, now further we know that what is V square by I square, that is nothing but the Z square. V by I is equal to what, that is the Z. So in place of V square by I square you can be get the Z square is equal to LC, and further if you go, then if you can say that this Z is equal to under root of LC. So that's how this ZC is equal to under root of LC comes into the picture over here. Okay, so that's why in place of that Z0 is equal to root of ZY, that is Z0 is equal to under root of LC, you can be derived in this way. If you want to write down these things you can write down, otherwise I will also put it in this video in your WhatsApp group, so you can take it from there as well, this derivation. Okay, because in book it is given directly. Okay, so that's how yours called surge impedance or natural impedance, that is root of under LC. Okay, so for lossless line Z0, that is 400 ohm generally they are considering 400 ohm generally for lossless line. Okay, and for the surge impedance loading of a line can be defined as the power delivered by a line to a purely resistive load equal to its surge impedance. Okay, क्योंकि लॉसलेस लाइन हम कब कह सकते हैं कि भाई आपका लोड प्योरली रेजिस्टिव है, तभी कोई भी उसका इंडक्टिव या कैपेसिटिव इफेक्ट या कोई लॉसेस उसमें नहीं हो रहा है, देन यू कैन से दैट सर्ज इम्पीडेंस लोडिंग ऑफ अ लाइन कैन बी डिफाइंड. यहाँ पे डेफिनेशन की तरफ भी आप उसे कंसिडर कर सकते हैं कि भाई SIL, दैट इज योर सर्ज इम्पीडेंस लोडिंग ऑफ अ लाइन, can be defined as the power delivered by a line to a purely resistive load equal to its surge impedance, and the line current SIL is given by IL is equal to VL by root 3 Z0, where V is equal to nominal line to line voltage. Okay, also you can refer Pn is equal to V square by Z0 MVA, and your Pn is equal to nothing but the SIL or natural power of the line. Okay, so this is all about the surge. So students, at the end of the lecture, I will just try to give you the message. Please remember to turn off the light to save the electricity. So please, if it is not required, turn off. To remember, turn off the light, save energy and save electricity. Thank you very much.